So, bless you. To start off, this week's theme, I've started the recording, so if you're still joining the screen share, no worries. This week's theme is around the divider element, which is used to section your web pages, like containers. As you can see from the GIF on the homepage, we're talking containers and how they stack up and how they move around. Okay? The theme for the week is two major forms. Today is finishing out that syllabus quiz and form. You can work with each other. It's not a closed note quiz. You can help each other out. I want to make sure everybody understands the expectations and etc. that we went over last week, which you can find a video of in the archive in modules. So if you go to modules, you'll be able to see an archive. This means now that you know the syllabus, the late policy is in effect, and I'll be posting grades this weekend because that's towards the end of February. This week, we're also going to talk about the div element, which is for sectioning and styling. So function first and form second. So make it work and then make it pretty. We're going to talk about the difference between block and inline elements. You might have already seen this in action, but maybe not had the words to describe what was happening. And then if we have time this week, we'll start making multiple pages on our single websites using the anchor tag. And div is an important part in that process. Today, I just need you to complete the syllabus quiz in Canvas. It's open till midnight. There's also the Google Form syllabus. That one is super, super recommended, but not required like the syllabus quiz is. And I'll show you a quick demonstration of the divider tag here shortly. Your outcomes, again, syllabus and process, remembering what we expect in web design because we've been gone for a week. So catching back up on that part. You get practice. Oh, I spelled two wrong. That's supposed to say new element to practice with the divider. And we're going to start having a more advanced template for more advanced web pages, where we're going to pick up a little bit of web design speed, but not leave anybody behind, if that makes sense. Hands on your own computers and stuff as well, remember. Thank you. That is one of the expectations. So let's practice it. Your methods to review the syllabus, review Canvas archives and videos, look at my screen share, and remember that the inspect element tool is F12 on your keyboard so you can see how other sites put things together. We'll get to the tracking your progress a little bit later. I want to quickly go over where you can find, not that one, where you can find different resources in my class, right? We have a new week available. Anytime you need to access a previous week, if you go to modules and scroll past the grade categories, you're going to see this weekly archive right here. There are two for this week, so I'll fix that later. But you can see our first week is here. Our second week is here. For some reason, the third week's not showing up, but I will figure that out in a second. Everything, all of our day-by-day breakdowns that you see right here are going to be posted in that weekly archive in case you ever need to find anything there, okay? So I want to talk about the div element really briefly, a container used for sectioning, like in your entry task. And you're going to be practicing this week creating spaces in your site, sectioning other parts from others, and thinking from a design standpoint or a logical standpoint so you can know, how you should organize things. Okay, I've put a couple of resources in here that you do not have to look at. Div 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, the hiccups. Div 1, 2, and 3 are three separate online examples of how the divider tag works. And I want to show you really quickly how it works. Oops, sorry, that was a little hot. In VS Code. Let me get my thing set up real quick. We'll keep all of our previous example. I believe this is from 5th period, but it's generally the same thing. Okay, so here we have our web page that's a little bit jarring with some of the colors, but I want to show you what the divider can look like. Let me take this body style tag off real quick. We'll cut the aqua tag, save that for later. You can put a hashtag in any of the source elements if you want to leave a placeholder. So for example, if I turn this into a hashtag, it'll still allow me to edit the style a bit later, but it won't actually style it. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to turn off this styling just for a second so that we can see in a little bit greater detail. Okay, so with the divider tag, which is just the letters div in a normal tag setup, in a normal tag sandwich, these allow you to start creating little buckets for different parts of your website to live in. It's almost exactly like the body container, like you can see right here where the body has the image tag, the anchor tag, and the paragraph tag on lines 6, 7, and 8. Okay? You can make buckets inside of buckets and sections inside of sections with the very simple shift comma, div, shift period. Then hit enter. And now we have a new container to put things, right? For example, I can do a paragraph. If I remember to do my tags right, /p, put some content on this sandwich, content. Okay, and let's copy these a couple times. I'm going to do messy code just a little bit so we have a bunch of content on there. Okay, so you're going to see all of these paragraphs are inside of this. They appear to be normal on the output, but they're actually inside of this div container, which I can Control-C, enter Control-V to make a second one. And now you can see there are two separate boxes with two separate things that say a bunch of content, right? So hold on, let me add this to a bunch of lines so you can tell the difference. What we're going to talk about this week, and I'm purposefully going fast because I want to just show you how this works. Add a quick style tag on here. That should be what I want. Yes, perfect. Okay. These divider elements, once I add both of these, are going to create these sections on your output that we're going to talk about in more detail this week. So that's our tag of the week, is about sectioning. Okay? This is the quick version. It's more buckets. It's more practicing the parent and the children relationship, or the ancestor and the descendant relationship. But that's where we're going to go in more depth later. This is the quick version. What I need you to do today is finish up your A3 syllabus quiz right here. It's in resources. It's number 4, section number 4, item number 5. So 4.5 right here. This one's due tonight at midnight. And then this is the syllabus Google form that I would really hope you fill out. It is worth just helpful information for me, but it's not technically in the gradebook. The one that is in the gradebook is assignment number 3, syllabus quiz. Okay? I'll briefly finish up my slideshow because I want to give you as much time as possible to finish up your different quizzes, your different forms, anything that's necessary, and we'll get to the exit task in the last 5 or so minutes of class here. You know you're getting what you need to do. You know you're getting it today because you understand my classroom expectations from last week or where to find them in the syllabus tab. You briefly understand how a div is made. This is more a theme for the whole week than it is for today, like for sectioning, and we're going to talk about something called semantic elements a little bit later. You can understand the general purpose of web page sectioning and just remember how to be in web design is generally what I need you to do today. Why are we doing that? Because reminder that process should be slow and steady, and it is more important than the final product. Just like your other teachers, this is our first day after time off as well, so it's a little bit of an adjustment for us too. Moving slow to pick it back up because your brain is a muscle. So if you continue to stretch it, it continues to be strong, but if you take too long a rest, you need to work a little bit more to get that strength back up. And just so you know that there is a confidence in knowing what to expect, that is the main reason why today is so short, because you can predict what kind of stuff is coming down the pipeline today. Resources, there are many div resources in Canvas, which I think are helpful, but I know how to work them, and you maybe don't yet. So if they're not helpful to you, tell me, and I'll try to find some more that are a little bit more interesting, or spend our time a little bit differently so that you're actually getting what I'm trying to teach you. We'll talk about the exit task a little bit later. Before I wrap this up, anybody have any questions on what I need you to do today? Are we good? Okay, syllabus quiz, syllabus form. We're going to talk about divs this week, dividers. Cool. I'm going to end it right here. We'll talk about the exit task. 4th period ends, I always forget, 12:10. So we'll talk about it at about 12. Okay? Good luck. Ask your friends if you have questions. Ask me if you have questions. Ask your nearby neighbors. It's good to see y'all again. Welcome back.